Hi, I'm Mark Levitt, and welcome to another exciting, enthralling episode of Bad Lyrics. Today my feature and focus is the awful, the terrible lyrics of the Brady Bunch. So let's go on. Let's talk about them. Okay? Now, some might say that doing a webcast about the fact that the Brady Bunch lyrics are bad is needless and gratuitous. I'm here to say a hearty word up. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, I don't think anybody would stand there and try to argue that the Brady Bunch lyrics are good. I think if you went to the remotest regions of the Congo, you couldn't find anybody to stand up for their lyrics. Not that the Congo doesn't have their Brady fans, just in terms of the lyrics, I don't think they really care or think they're good. Okay, that's my point here. All right? In essence, I think we can all agree that Brady Bunch songs suck the big beaver balls. I think that's a universality. Okay? So some would say then, why am I bothering to do a webcast about the Brady lyrics? Because they're undeniably sucky. We can all agree that. The answer is quite simple. I ran out of material. Frankly, I don't have anything else to talk about. So that's the way this broadcast became about the Brady Bunch. All right. Anyway, let's go on with actually talking about the lyrics. The musical misfires I will be talking about this week will be Sunshine Day and Time to Change. So the first song I will talk about is It's a Sunshine Day. Not to be confused with the popular ditty, It's a Crap Fest Out There. Another song, completely different. Okay? But let's talk about the lyrics here. Okay? The first line goes, I think I'll go for a walk outside now. The summer sun is calling my name. So here, the narrator is desiring to go for a walk because the sun is shining. Hopefully, the narrator is not an albino, because then it would be a dangerous, if not a deadly proposition for him to go walking outside in the sunshine, don't you think? Okay, let's read the next line. I just can't stay inside all day. I gotta get out, get me some of those rays. I guess this song was written before skin cancer was prevalent, because now basal cell carcinomas are on the rise. But somehow I don't see Peter Brady singing about a basal cell carcinoma. So maybe it's better that they didn't know about the dangers then. Might have been a less upbeat tune then, less danceable then. But anyway, let's go on reading the lyrics. So the next stanza goes, everybody's smiling, sunshine day. Everybody's laughing, sunshine day. Everybody seems so happy today. It's a sunshine day. Okay, well, I think they've really beat this sunshine day concept into the ground with that stanza there. And the people in the stanza are deliriously happy simply because it's sunny outside. I think it's safe to assume that they're pretty easily pleased. I think you can make that assumption. Well, hopefully these self-same people do not suffer from seasonal affective disorder. Now, seasonal affective disorder is a bouts of depression during the winter months when it's darker outside. So if that were the case, these same people who were so ebullient about it being sunny outside would then cascade or spiral downward into a plunge into a tailspin of despair and depression. So it would be like they're manic depressive then. All right, now let's slog through the next Brady turd, which is a coming of age song. It really is. It's called Time to Change, is the name of this anthem, which Peter famously sung while his voice was changing. To point out that during this time of adolescence, a young boy's voice can change, become higher. The rest of us just grow pubic hair. But anyhow, I guess that's the point of the song, so let's go on and read it. Okay, let's read the first part of it. Autumn turns to winter, and winter turns to spring. And it doesn't go for seasons, you know. It goes for everything. Wow, so the premise of this song is that things change. Yeah. Just like seasons. Go figure. I didn't realize that. I thought life was a homeostasis, a constant sameness, a drudging drip drip of predictable monotony, much like this song is. That's what I thought. Well, I stand corrected. Life is change. It really is. Okay. The next line goes, the same is true for voices. When boys begin to grow, you got to take a lesson from Mother Nature. And if you do, you'll know. So voices change when boys begin to grow. Interesting. How do they explain Tiny Tim or Michael Jackson then? Are they anomalies then? Or what about people who take steroids? Don't their voices change? I mean, that's what I've heard anyway, although I've done no clinical trials on it. I've never tested it in a laboratory setting, so I really don't know. I don't have any concrete proof of that, but that's my assumption. The next line goes, when it's time to change, then it's time to change. Don't fight the tide, come along for the ride. Don't you see? When it's time to change, you've got to rearrange who you are and what you're going to be. Now that's a stunning musical stanza, really brilliant, because the rhyming change with rearrange. I mean, it's not like they had so many word choices, though, to rhyme with change. What are they going to use? Stock exchange, estrange, or grange, like in a farm? Not a whole lot of musical choice there. But I guess when it is time to change, you've got to rearrange. Got to. I think that line is going to stick with me forever. I think, I'll forever mull over that, and it'll become part of my life, my internal makeup. It'll round out the experience of my life. I'll learn to embrace change without fear. Anyhow, I guess I've survived reading these awful lyrics. I guess to make up for it, I'll have to spend the rest of my day some kind of a spiritual cleanse to rid myself of these impurities of the songs, which are really heinous. Anyhow, this has been my attempt to draw and glean meaning from Brady Bunch lyrics. I have been your host, Mark Levitt, for another exciting episode of Brady Bunch lyrics in my ever-continuing webcast, Bad Lyrics.
Positively